Hey folks, this is Stephen Ferguson from Pace Setter Arms. Check it out. Today we are reviewing a Daisy lever action BB gun with polka dots. Nice pink stock. It's got a 1 and 8 twist in the barrel. No, I'm totally joking. We are not doing a review of the Daisy lever action BB gun, but I thought maybe it'd get some laughs. So let me go ahead and put this thing down. What we're actually doing is review on the Diamondback DB10 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. This is a very sexy rifle, and of course, if you have watched my first video, you know I am a sucker for flat dark earth, and that is my color. I have flat dark earth underwear, socks, rifles. I even have a flat dark earth pickup. No, I'm kidding. I don't have flat dark earth underwear, socks, or a pickup. But as far as firearms, I do like the FDE color. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with black, but I like the flat dark earth. And my wife actually got me some paint the other day, and I painted up a steel box, and I'm using that for ammo, kind of like range ammo, and carry a couple pistols in there to the range or what have you. So anyways, let's get on to the partial review of the DB1065C, which is the Diamondback AR-10 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Let me start off with saying something, a little backstory about Diamondback. I went on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and watch videos of Diamondback, how they got started. They actually have a warehouse tour video. It was really interesting to watch watch this guy go through the warehouse and have the owner walk them through all the different departments and where they make the firearms, and pretty interesting. All their products are made in the United States of America, and they actually have machining equipment, and they mill and machine all their parts in-house. They don't order different parts from different suppliers, of course, except for all their accessories. Like this is a Fab Defense grip GL stock, so they don't make this kind of stuff, but everything else is milled in-house from what I gathered of the video. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's kind of where the video was heading. But anyways, it's pretty interesting. You need to go watch that video. I don't know who made the video, but just type in Diamondback warehouse tour. Another interesting fact too about that Diamondback tour or that factory video is, they didn't start out making firearms. They started making custom boats, and they still produce custom boats along with their firearms department. So just a really cool, neat video. I think you all should go check it out. Like I said, I don't have the link to it. Don't know who produced it, but just type in Diamondback warehouse tour and you'll get the full story and the history behind Diamondback firearms. So without further ado, let me pan around and get some more view here instead of just this rifle. So without further ado, let's start this review of the Diamondback DB1065C. And the difference between this video and the last video I produced, which was the which was for the Rock Island Armory VR60, I have shot this firearm. So, of course, I'm into doing unbiased reviews of firearms. I'm not producing videos that just say I like this firearm to get sales or to help the manufacturers out in any way. This is totally on my own. So, guys, take this video for what it's worth. Just because I have a good product doesn't mean someone else had the same experience with another product they had, right? So, like I said, so we're going to go ahead and start at the front, try to get some better lighting, get my phone out of there. This is Diamondback's dual chamber muzzle brake, and this is their own muzzle brake, so it's not an aftermarket. You see the Diamondback logo right there on the tip. And I'm going to put this rifle back down. And of course, you have the 20-inch stainless steel fluted barrel. Very nice quality on this. I mean, the machine work they do in-house is awesome. I mean, we're not talking burrs everywhere and shoddy lines. I mean, this is good quality custom work they are producing. And of course, you got your free float handguard. This accepts M-LOK, right? And you got your vents here, so you can put all your different M-LOK accessories right here. You can do light if you're hunting. This gun for me was going to be this is going to be for my coyote hunting right here. So I might put maybe a wicked light on the right side here, wicked spotlight. I'm thinking about it, but I haven't got that far yet. I have taken, well, I'll get that later. Let's not digress here like I usually do. So you work your way down, and I think that's kind of a cool feature right here. You kind of got these exposed Allen screws right here, just kind of, and of course that, you know, holds the free float handguard sturdy. But I just think the way they did that looks pretty neat to me. And of course, this firearm is not loaded. I do have the bolt out of it, and there it is right there. We'll be getting to the bolt here in a second. And it's the flat dark earth paint job. Right there you see the Diamondback logo with the stars and stripes. And then this Diamondback logo is pretty interesting. It's the DB with their little shield there, their crest. And then they all have a little there's a rattler head, and you can see the rattler right there. I think that's pretty kind of a nice nice finish touch to it. And then let's go down the rifle, and this one actually has a ambidextrous selector switch. So you got fire safe there, and on the other side you have fire safe. And then of course you got, this is a AR platform, so you got your bolt release, bolt catch, that falls open over. And then what I really liked about this firearm, besides the way it shoots phenomenally, I mean, this thing is very accurate, is this Fab Defense, hand grip. I mean, it's really cool. See, I mean, if you can notice there, it's got some really good stippling right there on the back end, the back strap, and on the front here. And when you hold this thing, this is an overmold, rubber overmold, so when you get a grip on that, it fits well in my hands. Again, I got big clogs. I need something with a good palm swell. I like it. Of course, has the beaver tail, and like I said, it's rubber overmolded. Also has a storage compartment down here. I had it open earlier. It's kind of a little pain to get to, but not too bad. So you have storage, rubber overmolded grip with beaver tail. Great stippling on this thing. Is very comfortable. Let's work our way down. There's your standard castle nut. And you got the GL Fab Defense GL Shock buttstock. Now this, I do like this buttstock, but I do have an issue with it. And this is just a personal preference. It has nothing to do with Diamondback or Fab Defense. I mean, they make good products. For me, I'll get to that here in a second, but let me show you the back end here. You know, it's almost got tread like a tire, and that's rubber. So it seats well against your shoulder. So you get a nice good grip in the armpit of your shoulder. Makes for a steady hold. You got your quick detach quick detach holes for quick detach sling on both sides, left and right. And very nice stock. I mean, it's got a little bit of wiggle in there, but you know, nothing too crazy. So again, I'm one-handed here. So what I didn't like about it, normal AR-15 or this mil-spec buttstocks, you push up and it allows you to slide the stock back and forth. This one, it's kind of awkward. You got to pull it down and slide it back and forth. That's what I don't like about it. I'm just so used to pushing up on it and sliding the stock how I want it, but it's kind of, when you're in the shooting position or prone, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Excuse my language, but that's really the only issue I had with, well, actually the whole rifle, to be honest with you. I'm already getting to the pros and cons, but that's my issue with that. So it's not a big deal. If you don't like that, you can upgrade to a Hogue stock, or just put just a normal mil-spec stock on there if you want to. And I believe this buffer tube is a mil-spec. The barrel is a 1 1/8 twist on the barrel. So very accurate rifle. I have taken this out. I have shot it. I've taken it on 3 separate occasions, and I have a well, before I get into that, let's go into the bolt here. This is the DB's AR-10 bolt, right? If you guys don't know much about AR-10s, this is my first AR-10. It's a lot beefier, of course, than the AR-15. Pretty neat. It's got the Diamondback logo right there on the bolt face, or the bolt carrier face right there. And you got your bolt. There is one difference between this and an AR-15 bolt, or two differences, of course. This opening for the hammer is not as long as an AR-15. So when you bust this baby down, normally on an AR-15 bolt, right there, there'd be a cotter pin that would slide through that holds your firing pin in. This, you got to kind of get a small screwdriver or a punch and just kind of tap it, give it a hard tap, and it slides out the back end. And you proceed to take the bolt apart just like an AR-15 bolt carrier group. And there's the other difference is, like I said, this is as long as an AR-15 bolt carrier group. So what you have to do when you get everything back together and you're going to slide your firing pin, you just drop it in from the top there. Pump it down, run it through the cam pin, and then put your pin right back in there. So it's pretty simple if you're not used to it. Take it apart a couple times and it's good to go. And another thing I wanted to mention about this bolt is I was reading the manual and I couldn't find out what kind of coating they're putting on here, but man, it makes it really, really easy to clean. I had shot this last week and I cleaned it up today before the video. I know you're saying, oh my God, you didn't clean your gun before you put it up. And I am the type of guy that does do that, but I was running low on time last week and just put it up for another day, which was today. Anyways, man, I just took a rag and wiped the carbon off the surfaces of this bolt. I mean, it was effortless to get this thing clean. And of course, I did use a little oil to get some of the buildup in the front part of the carrier and the backside where the firing pin slides in. You know as well as I do, guys, there's always carbon buildup in those hard to reach spots, intricate parts. But other than that, just as far as the outside surface and even kind of the internal surface of this carrier, it was really effortless to clean. I can say that compared to some of your other AR-15 bolts or just AR platform bolts where they kind of got that real porous, gritty finish on it. And it seems like it takes forever to get those things cleaned. But man, I had this gun cleaned in about 10 minutes. But of course, I'm a professional. I don't want to call myself that yet. But so anyways, here's inside the upper receiver. And just a cool gun, man. So, and it does come with one 20-round magazine, one 5-round magazine. And here's where I had my other issue. with these magazines. The 20-round, great. You stick this sucker up in there, it slides right in and it slides out when you're finished shooting. This 5-round though, you see these indentions right here? Kind of stops this block from going all the way down. Makes it a 5-round magazine. I had issues with this magazine specifically, and they're both produced by C Products Defense, made in the USA. Like I said, 20 rounds is a great quality magazine. These two push marks, just flip it around, these two push marks, I don't even want to stick the magazine in there, because when you put it in there, I had to have, from all 3 times that I went and shot this rifle, my buddy had to hold the rifle and I had to yank this sucker out of this gun. I mean, it almost needed a pair of channel locks to get it out, so I will not be using this anymore. I might send that back to the wholesaler. If y'all didn't know, I do own a gun shop in Texas. It's called Pacesetter Arms LLC. And that's not a plug. I'm a dealer as well. So I'll probably send this back or just eat it and buy another magazine. I mean, it's probably couldn't cost more than 13 or 14 bucks. So, folks, as far as the actual firearm, the DB1065C or DB10 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, this is an awesome shoot. And the price is right. These retail on their website for $1,249, which is not a bad price at all, considering what you get and the features you get with this rifle. I know some of you just your basic AR-10s chambered in 308 or 6.5 from different various companies will run you $1,400 to $1,500. And Diamondbacks, I have had a lot through this shop. I live in a small town. You can see right there. Here's outside my window. Here's my awning out there, and I kind of live next to a field out in the sticks, and this is the way I like it. But I live in a town of 410 people, I've sold quite a few guns here, and I've sold a lot of Diamondbacks to people in my town and in the immediate area. And I have not had one return, one issue, one complaint. And myself, this is my personal 6.5. This is for coyote hunting. And I also have owned a DB 15 chambered in 300 blackout. Thing was phenomenal. It came almost the same setup. Kind of have like a little mouth here. It's kind of cool how they angle that. Had a dual port muzzle brake on it. Kind of the same setup. I don't think the grip and the stock were all the same. They were different. I forget who they were, what stock came on there, but man, just great guns. They're accurate. They're dependable. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. So this one usually retails for $12.49, but you can find them. Hell, I can sell them in my shop. I sell them for about $1,149, and I do have to maintain the MAP, which is minimum asking price. From the manufacturer, you have to honor that. So I can do $11.49 on this guy, which is a great buy. Like I said, it's already got all the accessories on there. The only thing you would have to buy is, of course, if you wanted sights, flip up sights, or just a scope and a bipod. Other than that, you're ready to rock and roll, man. Rock and roll, do whatever you need to with this firearm, and a sling, depends on if you want a sling or not. So there is the partial review. I don't have any range videos, but like I said, I have shot this gun. No complaints whatsoever, except for this one 5-round magazine. And this might just be a dud. Things like that happen in mass-produced products. It happens with any company. And I do love this buttstock. I just don't like the way it operates. And that's just a personal preference. It has nothing to do with the quality or work or craftsmanship of Fab Defense. So like I said, great stock. I just don't like the way it operates. That's totally personal to me. It's not having anything negative against the company. So I can deal with that one magazine. I'll just throw it in the trash can. So there is the review of the Diamondback DB1065C or 6.5 Creedmoor. And I let y'all know what I've been shooting out of there. I've been shooting 140 grain ELD match. This stuff's very accurate. Of course, Hornady. I try to shoot the best. When I went to the range, I was getting sub MOA at 100 yards with this ammunition. And not to mention, actually, I did post a video of me shooting this specific rifle with this 140 grain ELD match. And you can tell it was really windowed. It's actually on YouTube. It's one of my third video. It'd be my third video down once I post this one. And I tell you what, guys, for the target, I built a cheap 1x4 stand. I put the target on the face, and this thing was just sitting there. Wind was blowing about 45 miles an hour, and this thing's just sitting there rocking back and forth like this. So in the video, you can tell I pause quite a bit between each shot. And even though the target's swaying with the wind back and forth, I wasn't quite going that far down, but there was movement there. Wind's coming at me about 45 miles an hour. I was sub MOA with 5 shots, except I had one jerk. It was off to the left, but it was still dead mass, dead center. And all the 4 shots were dead center right next to each other. I mean, just almost, punched the target out here, the center of it at 100 yards. And the hole's probably about this big. The center of the target is probably about this big. Not too bad for windy conditions and not too bad for windy conditions at all, I wouldn't think. And what I have paired up with this rifle is the Leupold the Mark AR scope. This is a cool scope, and I guess this might be another review of a different product, but let's go ahead and talk about it. Let me move the camera here. The cantilever mount, they're running about $120. I think that's too much for a cantilever mount, but that's what it was. I kind of wanted the names to match. And the scope, you can find these anywhere from $349 to $399 online. Well worth the money. Very crystal clear glass. I'm not even going to attempt to try to put it in the camera because I don't think anybody could see. But what's unique, what I like about this scope is, of course, it's a 3-to-9 by power. It's got your zoom on the front here. It's got a locking ring to lock this front. And then your objective is 3 to 9 by 40. So this was specifically designed for the AR platform, but the BDC is calculated for 223, not 6.5. But I don't plan on shooting this rifle that far. Like I said, it's just a coyote gun, 200 to 300 yards max. So what makes this scope very interesting is how it's designed and how it works. So you go to the range, you zero this out, right? And then, so here's your elevation, here's your windage. Excuse me. What's cool about this is, once you get that done, there's 3 set screws on this turret cap. So you leave your ticks where you had them at the range, zero it out. You know, you zero everything out, wherever the clicks end up being. Take this top cap off, and you switch it, turn around back to 0, and line 0 up. And then you tighten those set screws back down. So now, if you can see these markings, watch what I'm fixing to do. Oh my God, did I just move that? It doesn't matter because it goes out to 650 yards. So if you're shooting something at, let's say, let's get it in the front side here. Say, see where that dot is? It's 400 yards. Say you're shooting at something at 400 yards. You just run it down to 400 and start shooting. You know, line your crosshairs up and start plinking away. 100 yards. Move it back to 0 right there at 1. And this thing does work because after I got this scope dialed in at the range and I readjusted the turret cap, went to my buddy's farm and we're shooting pumpkins from 150 yards away, or excuse me, 100 yards away. Dead center. This thing is on, even with the 6.5. And there's other videos out there where a guy uses this same scope with a 6.5 AR platform, AR-10 platform rifle, and sitting targets at 500 yards. You know, dinging them. So, good scope for what I'm going to use it for. I like it. The glass is crystal clear. It functions well. It's easy to use. It's on. It's actually on. And the only thing I didn't really like about it, and I hate to be negative, but if you're doing an unbiased review of anything, you have to shoot the pros and cons out there so people know, is it didn't come with any lens caps for it. I would like to keep lens caps on there for the obvious reasons, but it didn't come with those. I thought they would, but no, at least a bikini cap cover or something, nothing. So you got, you know, your lenses are open out to the elements while you're walking around in the brush and stuff. So only negative on that. So, I'm hoping you guys like this video. Like I said, this is my second video. I'm just getting my feet wet on Facebook, or excuse me, YouTube, trying to find my own style, trying to be different from everybody else, trying to make it interesting for you guys. And the most important fact, I'm trying to do a good reviews of firearms, unbiased reviews where, you know, hopefully by watching these videos, you know what you can expect when you purchase one of these rifles, or hopefully later on handguns, and, you know, hell, you might even do scopes or just different products. Ammunition that I shoot, you know, helps you out. That way you're not wasting your money at the store buying something you think's a good deal, and it might be too good of a deal, and it might be a piece of junk. But as far as Diamondback, this is my second Diamondback I've owned. I don't have any issues whatsoever with them. I mean, I've always got good quality rifles that came to me. Again, some people might have not. Like, again, that happens in mass-produced items. You're going to get a dud every once in a while. And like, this offers a limited lifetime warranty. So if there's any manufacturer's defects, you bring it back to your dealer, or like in my case, people bring their stuff to me and I send it back to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler has a lifetime warranty. So they just basically ship you a brand new one, and then they do the in-between Diamondback and them. So you're not having to deal with it and wait, 16 weeks for your rifle to come back. And I doubt, as the way Diamondback does business and the quality stuff they're producing, I doubt it would take that long if you send it directly to them. But it's just easier to use a wholesaler, and they honor a warranty, and they just exchange it with a new one. So, and I've had to do that twice with other brands of rifles. And a guy brought me one in, I won't name names, it's a bolt action rifle, 7mm rim mag, had an issue with head spacing in the chamber. Brought it back, he exchanged it, not for that same brand, but he wanted something else. Wholesale cost was right around $3, didn't even charge him $3. And he got himself a brand new rifle 4 days later, after they had got, it took him 3 days to get the rifle to the wholesaler, and another 3 days back to me. So we're talking 6 to 7 days with a brand new rifle. Exchange it for a Mossberg Patriot. So that's real life. It did happen. And I've had to use that several times with not just rifles, a scope as well. Same thing. They sent me a shipping label, shipped it back to them. Had one here almost, next week on Tuesday. Just depends on what day you ship it. So I'll shut up about that. But guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm happy to start doing these videos and starting kind of getting my name out there and helping you guys out and seeing what you think. Please like, share, and comment this video if you wouldn't mind. Tell me if I'm doing a good job. If my video sucks, tell me I suck. I need to work on something, get better for you guys, so these videos will be more enjoyable. So again, I do like to plug my business, of course. It's Pacesetter Arms, and you can go online at www.pacesetterarms.com, and I've got a lot of products on there. Business is starting to pick up on my website. Thank you. Shipping is awesome. Shipping's 2 to 3 days on my website, and I've confirmed that with every customer. 2 to 3 days out. If you order on a Monday, it's Wednesday. If you order on a Wednesday, you get it by Friday or Saturday. That's how fast the shipping is. Actually, I just seen the UPS guy drive by. A guy ordered an AT and X-Sight 5-20 scope on Wednesday. Today's Friday. I just seen the UPS truck drive by. That's what's here, is that scope. 2 days, guys. If you order, of course, on a Friday, it'll probably be Tuesday of the following week, because of the weekend. These guys don't ship on the weekends. So anything Monday through Wednesday, you'll have it by the weekend. Trust me. So guys, thanks again. Please check out the website, pacesetterarms.com. And kind of hold it there because people get confused with the name sometimes. So pacesetterarms.com. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Please leave a comment down below, and I'll leave a link in the description for my website. So again, thanks again. My name's Stephen Ferguson with Pacesetter Arms. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed watching. Have a good day.